we start, digressing. Yesterday, we talked about, uh, the power of writing, selling yourself in writing, and we focused on the CV, building your CV, resume, and all that, right? But, you know, mm. So Arinze, could you mute? Thank you. Thank you. So that said, um, today we'll be focusing more on, the power of writing, technical writing, and other stuff. So that's what I would be focusing on more. So, okay, shared, and people can now join in. And we're good to go. We are good to go. So, without wasting time, I wonder what some people posted on in the group. I think I'll just remove our real ASAP, because some people, like I said, if you're joining the group, it's important that you recognize why you're joining the group. It's not a place for basketballs. It's not a place for entertainment. It's not a place for fun. It's a place for education, knowledge exchange, and communal interaction surrounding AI, data analytics, tech, professional development, all for free. But some people, of course, every WhatsApp group to them is for politics and news and basketballs, which unfortunately is not what we do. So we would help her find the proper channel to take her piece to. So moving forward, yesterday we talked about CV. I said that I would answer a question today. It says AI applications to better our writing. First of all, why would you seek shortcuts in writing? Because that is in its place the first error. Some people, there's Chat GPT. I'm not going to discredit it. It makes your writing easy, it makes your content writing or maybe technical writing easy. But to what end? There's been research that shows that if you write with Chat GPT, when you run the plagiarism test, it shows that it has a high plagiarism score. Most people don't know this. You're welcome. Feel free to, okay, yeah, relax, man. You're welcome. So, that being said, the primary goal of this workshop is to show us how to write certain technical papers. Selling yourself in writing. I'm going to be using 3 major samples or templates, or 3 major things, which is 1, a study plan, 2, a self introduction, and then this is something that I thought about that really sells. It's a secret. Most people don't know about this, but it's called a PPTCV. So, but we'll first of all start with the study plan. So I'm gonna share my screen. Okay, share a window. Okay, good. Here. So while I share this, it's popping up. Good. Ignore. So here is a study plan. Just for clarity's sake, this was my study plan, right? This was my study plan, and this is exactly what I'll be using to teach, right? This was written, I think, in 2015 or 2014. I'm not sure. 2015, 2014. I'm not sure. When I was, looking for offers outside of Nigeria. This really helped me. So, when you want to write a study plan, it's different from a self introduction. I know why I'm starting with a study plan because our brains are still fresh. We're still, fresh. One, in its name, study plan, it's a plan. So, how can you structure a plan such that someone seeing it or someone reading it could better able understand what you're doing, what you intend to do, what you've done? Those are the three key structures. What you've done, what are you doing? What do you want to do? Where do you see yourself? What can you do? Right? So, it is always important to start with the knowledge of your field because I'm assuming that this is for application, for maybe a scholarship or admission, whatever it is. Oftentimes it's for graduate studies because if you're looking for bachelor's, all that's required is your entrance examination, maybe JAMB. But if it is for graduate studies, especially abroad, they want to see you write about what you intend to do. You have to communicate that in writing. Some people would ask you to just write personal statement. That is why the UK is easier to get a admission because they expect you to just mumble everything in a very short piece. But in cases where a scholarship is important or they intend to issue out scholarships, they will make the criteria very tough in the sense that they will require you to write a detailed study plan, what you intend to do when you come there. And first of all, you have to know your field, knowledge of major field, which is your background, your bachelor's. You can see here, I started here by, first of all, as an undergraduate, I'm telling it as a story. Now, take note, this is not an opportunity for you to start listing bullet points. No, it's an opportunity for you to express yourself in writing. Tell your story in writing. Not for you to highlight, oh, I did this. Your CV has done that for you. But this is a place where you tell your story. There are some things that you couldn't mention in your CV that should suffice here. There are some things that you couldn't write. Let's say your personality, what motivates you, your strengths and your weaknesses that you feel could help your application. This is where you put it. Right? Let's say, for instance, your CGPA wasn't really that good. Why wasn't it good? This is where you communicate it as a weakness that could also turn into strength. You tell the story behind it. This is where you have that chance. So you can see here as an undergrad in Enugu State, blah, 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 I gained and exercised the qualities of a good leader. Now, I'll be highlighting these things. Highlight. Boom. Let me make this a color that let's make it green. Blue. No, there's this color I like that usually, okay, let's make it red. So I'll be highlighting those keywords as we go. Qualities of a good leader. This is important when you're looking for graduate studies opportunity because they like graduate programs is for training you to become a leader in your area of study. So you need to show evidence of prior leadership skills, if I'm making sense. Now, however, my academic pursuit wasn't this is the day I completed a 6-month industrial training at Anamco, where I worked on a variety of manufacturing and production tasks that strengthened my what? Analytical skills. Very important. You see how I'm inserting all those keywords that would help my application. How did you gain those skills? It's not just I know this, I know that, I know this. You have to show how. What made you that? Okay. And also taught me how large companies manage whatever functions. Furthermore, upon graduation, I completed my project titled This. This was aimed at you tell a short story about that, right? Now, this introduction is more like I gained admission, I did this in school, I gained these skills, and I completed the program. I just told a short story of my undergraduate in this paragraph. But that is not all there is to my field. Some people would derail and start telling, "Oh, we went for this excursion and we had fun," and blah. Nah, you entered. What did you do? What key things did you do? Of course, beyond whatever I did as a student in a suit, I couldn't start inserting that I did maybe exam support or something. You know, a very key strategic skill or role you played. Highlight it. What did you learn all through? How did you complete it? It tells that short story. Then I pushed it forward again. What was I doing at that time? At the current time, because I've graduated, I'm supposed to be working. So that is where you see currently as a this, at, there. I have familiarized myself with a variety of efficient ways of machine maintenance, general machine safety engineering, reliability engineering, and loss prevention. Right? As part of my role, I carry out material testing. These are keywords in engineering that suit the application I'm looking for. Let's take, for instance, the application I'm looking for has to do with IT. Instead of writing things about welding, material testing, I'll highlight the IT skills I learned while doing that role. It's a mind game, right? These are skills, that are relevant to the position I'm looking for in that particular admission. Because I remember I was applying to materials engineering at GIST. That's how I structured this. My responsibility, diligence, and management aptitude are integral to the role. However, it is clear that my progress is being decelerated by my lack of recent times advanced IT related training and exposure. Hence, the need for further studies. You see, I am expressing that I have a weakness, which is my progress is being decelerated. If I'm making sense. Therefore, that is why I want to study. Shikina. Now, I've talked about my undergrad, my job, and now let me talk about the course itself that I'm applying for. I need to show them that I know something in the area I'm applying for. Sorry, it is mechanical engineering, mechatronics. Now, this is where you do your research in that application you want to, that thing you want to enter into. Go and check the requirements of that particular course. What is the course about? What are the expectations? What do you need in order to be able to enroll into that course? You see, they know that, they know what this is. They are the ones who set it up. But you have to tell them that you know as well. It focuses on CAD, right? Advanced dynamics, and provides in-depth skills to question existing mechanical/mechatronic systems to apply scientific methods to develop new and more efficient systems in the engineering field. To question existing systems. This is a very key phrase you need to insert in whatever you're applying for, whenever you're writing things like that. If it's a research-based course, make sure that when expressing your knowledge of that domain, insert that the goal of the study is to question existing knowledge or existing systems or existing methods, that says that you understand what research means. Research is simply question existing solutions and find new ways to solve them. That is what research means. So this course aims to provide opportunity for graduate engineers to develop, right? Of course, I'm going to be sharing this with you guys, and I'll be running through this so that I wouldn't have to read all through line by line, but I'm going to highlight them one paragraph at a time. So this appeals to me. Then here is where you have to, okay, I know this is about the course, and why do you want this course? Why are you applying? That's where you reflect on how that course would suit your career, right? Or suit your job, or suit your dreams, or whatever. But it has to make sense. It has to align. You can't be an engineer and you're applying for medicine. There's no correlation. Unless there's a field of medicine that requires engineering skills, that's where you should apply. And that's where there should be an overlap. Mix of overlap of interests. So this is where you express it. Right? Furthermore, I shall benefit from the vast modules, to learn other skills during that process. So this knowledge of major field, you are saying what you've done, what you've learned, what you're doing, and what you've gained, and as well your knowledge of that field you are trying to apply and how it would impact you and your journey, if that makes sense. So far, if there's any question in this particular knowledge of field, I would be glad to answer them. Any questions? Say any question. Any questions? Okay, let's proceed. I'm guessing we understand it. Now, this is another part. Yes, you know your background, you know what you want to study, but why did you pick the country you're picking? In this case, why Korea? Why did you choose Korea? Sorry, is someone trying to say something? Okay. Why did you pick Korea? Is a big question. Some people neglect it and be like, it's developed now. You have to go in detail. You tell it as a story. This is where you tell the Korean people or the American people your knowledge of their country and how it affects you as a person. Now, some people will go and be highlighting all the wrong things in a country. You're putting it as your whatever. If you fail, that's on you. You have to highlight the key things in the country that affect you positively. The globe has in recent times proven to be powered by the forces of IT, engineering, and science. This is where you express your knowledge of what's happening in the world and how you can channel that to that specific country. See here, I started from the globe. The field of IT has grown so much owing to the unending researches and conclusive inference being drawn from primary aim of making life and coexistence of humanity safe in profitable ways. On the downside, it is quite unfortunate that this almighty IT has faced obvious decline in human capacity to effectively carry out and implement these researches owing to the fact that most minds focus more on issues like job security, blah, blah, blah. All at the expenses of engaging in research. So here, I'm going to also highlight my own flaws when I was writing this. You can see that this is a very long sentence that can become ambiguous. Now, this is where you could employ tools like Chat GPT or whatever. When I wrote this, there was no Chat GPT. It was just head writing, right? It's too ambiguous. Now that I've improved significantly in writing, I wouldn't write it this way. I would shorten this into 3 sentences. So this is where tools like Quillbot, Grammarly, and so on and so forth would come into play to help you structure your sentences, if that makes sense. So now I'm focusing on the school. Now I have to talk about the school because the school is in the country. Understand where I'm coming from? Talk about, of course, they will ask you, why do you want to study in Korea, or why do you want to study in the US? Talk about the school you are applying because the school is in that country. Highlight the strengths of the school in the country, and then highlight some of the beautiful things about the country, because in actuality you are not interested in the country, you are interested in the school and the program. Because if you go and start writing, hey, South Korea, they have beautiful women, they have this one beautiful places, I want to go and sing, I want to go and drink soju, blah blah, you don't know what you're coming for. So you highlight the school and its position in the school, in the country, and then little positive activities you could engage in that the school also likes. Things like, okay, you recognize the school in the country, right? I believe that your institution will help me acquire knowledge, blah blah blah. This is the school. Now, okay, this is you talking about what you intend to gain. And here, just like here, I am positive this particular sentence would help you reflect more, help me acquire knowledge, skills, and versatility needed to reach my full potential. You see, these are keywords. These are very key words. I hope to be blessed with the opportunity to learn. Yeah, it's all you learning. However, oh man, I skipped that part in this particular. This is a very old this thing. In addition to this, you could add. Let's try to add something here while we're on it. You could add something in the lines of South Korea South Korea is a country blessed with rich democratic cultures that have over decades been an attraction point for international tourists, whatever, with an opportunity to study in Korea. I believe I'll be what, how do I put it? Out have the opportunity have the opportunity to interact with other. I think I wrote this somewhere. See where I wrote it now, and I skipped it. Supportive manufacturing with other international international students and professionals, thereby whatever, what would it, helping me grow my network, just something on a whatever, just send it there, grow my network. Simple. However, here supportive measurement from experts, share ideas. See, if I'm blessed with the opportunity to learn this, right? It's gonna help me do what? What is it gonna help me do? Share ideas with various students from vast cultures and ethics and absorb knowledge and skills. One free from this. You see, so this is the highlight. If that makes sense. So this is simply an addition to this in case you want to just, improve on it. So if there's any question in this particular area, I would like to take that now. Any question? Is there any question? Pardon me, I'm looking down here because I'm trying to also make sure that the Facebook guys are a part of us and they're watching. Unfortunately, I can't really get their own feedback because I'm focusing on this. Any questions? Okay. All right. I'll proceed. So, now, this is the part where it gets really serious. We've told our story. We've told our story about our background and why we want to study what we want to study and why we chose the country. Now, let's talk about what we've done in detail. Remember in your CV, you listed those projects. Okay, tell us about it. What was the problem statement? What methods were used to solve them? And how did you solve it? What were the deliverables? These are big key questions, right? Key questions. However, now, key achievements could be, you can say, completed projects, final year's projects. The title, you talk about the aim of the work, right? How it was achieved, right? And the lessons learned. Very simple. You don't need to tell the whole story. Now, every project or every paper has an abstract. This is just give them an abstract of what was done. Whatever project you did, give them an abstract. So at that time, I had only my final year project and my professional job, career, or whatever. Right? What was done? How did you achieve them? And what are the lessons learned? Simple. Then, because I was limited, if you watch this, it says key achievements. If my achievements were fully on project based, then I'll talk about projects. But at this point, it was final year project, what I was doing as a young trainee, and then extracurricular achievements. This is where I went as far back as again to undergraduate and explained whatever. And then during my CDS, I talked about what I did. That's leadership skills, blah, blah, blah. If that makes sense. So I think this is suitable for you guys, recent graduates, you are serving or you've served. You've not really gotten your hands on, a job or a project that you now talk about. Talk about your undergraduate, talk about your CDS, talk about your project, final year project. There should be enough. Now, the next thing is, I talked about that. Yeah. So, goal of study and study plan. You see that it keeps forming layers and layers and layers. Remember, I've talked about why I want to study in the school and the country. But at this point, it's no more about such vague story. Now I'm talking about my clear, detailed plan. Now I'm talking about my ambition to study. As mentioned earlier, now you see how I'm bringing the problem of Nigeria into the conversation because I'm Nigerian. Why do you want to study? What problems do you want to solve? Right? I know I'm not the most patriotic person out there, but Omo, you guys do what you do what you gotta do. Nigeria has problems, and you believe you can solve, even if it's a little chunk of it, by going to study, learn the skills, and come back home. Because that's the overall story. Even though most people would, of course, nobody wants to travel and come back home. But the story should be that you are a patriotic Nigerian. Because Indians, they are also being patriotic in their own application. Even they themselves assessing, you know that you don't want to go back home, but they want to see you write it. Be patriotic. We want to know that you know the right thing to do. If you come here and you do some other thing, then it's on you. If that makes sense. So with this degree, I will be able to blah, 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 what I intend to do with it. The course offers profitable whatever with, you talk about the course. This is where you go to the school website, look at the course, look at the modules the course offers. Look at the modules that the course offers. You talk about them, Tell them that you know about it. I shall participate actively, right? I think I wrote it here. In the team-based research, tell them you know what you are coming for. You are coming to do research. Most people don't even know what they are going for. They think they'll go and they'll sit in the classroom and they teach them. They do homework, do exam, and graduate. That's what we understand as study. But if you understand what a research-based study is, then you can better prepare your application and get it. Right? This will help me succeed and all that. Now, intended areas of research. This is where you now go and do your research before the main research. What are your interests? What research areas are you interested in? This is where, when I wrote a story on Facebook talking about when I was looking for admission and all those things, scholarship, it was research for me. Spent nights, turn on gen. I remember then I'll buy fuel, turn on gen all night. Laptop, write. This was what I was writing. This was what I was writing. Because you have to do the research. Okay, I want to go and study robot dynamics and control systems. What do you know about it? Who taught? You've never heard of it. So you have to study about it. You recharge your phone, internet, and you search, and you start reading papers on it. So you can even understand what it means. Right? So this is where everybody is on their own. You want to go and study AI and blah, blah, blah. You have to know about AI and talk about it in a concise way such that you present a problem set in the area because it becomes a concern. As at that time, here's the thing. The objective of the research is this. What do you know about it? What do you want to do? The major aim of this research lies in analysis, synthesis, and design of systems with complex dynamics and techniques for controlling systems such as controlling such systems using feedback. Right? You talk about your knowledge of the area. Now, in that area, there are specific unique areas that, of course, robots stuff is too vast. But which area which niche do you want to carve out? See here, coordinated control of networked multi-agent systems, nonlinear control, and geometric mechanics attract my interest the most. If you remember in my CV, there was a place I put nonlinear control or intelligent control systems as workshops I did. This was an interest for me because I knew not just about robots, but I also knew that control systems, intelligent control is a part of robots, and that is where I am interested in. So, with this at heart, I hope to explore every opportunity I'm provided. Now, research outline. You talk about the key steps that's needed, that is expected to conduct that research, if that makes sense. Then, of course, you have to express, I am strongly hopeful that I would do, show enthusiasm and proactiveness in what you're writing. That you know about this, however, there are problems you want to solve, and that you are passionate about solving it. When a professor reads this, he's going to be like, okay, this person at least may not know how, but he knows how to know how, if that makes sense. So, of course, this is one, robots. The second one, precision mechanics, that is a different area. Same cycle of why and why. So so in this one I wrote two different research areas. Some professors might tell you, tell me 3 or 4. So that means more work for you. For me to draft this one took me almost 2 weeks. Which one is 2 weeks? Almost 1 month of constant study and research and all that. Now imagine when you have 1, 2 different areas. You were not taught these things in school. So that's where it becomes a concern. Now, this is where you now put detailed study plan. What do you intend to do? You arrive, you settle in, start learning their language. Very important. Always put this. Learn language. Core courses. Important. Attend seminars and workshops, because you know that you don't really know much about the school, about the government laws and all those things, you see? About their culture. I shall take baby steps under the supervision of, tell them what you intend to do. You have to follow your professors, your supervisors closely. They would, start mentoring you. My coursework shall not be left out. You must study. In addition, I shall be more inclined towards building stronger relationship with professors and laboratory technicians. So, see the thing, you are telling them that you know exactly what you're coming for. You know what you're coming for and how to achieve, right? Under baby steps. Take baby steps under supervision. So these are the key words. Towards the end of my study, I shall finish most of my graduate work and subsequently develop a project plan in line with my. You see, this is where you are telling them you are doing your thesis. I shall present in a thesis. Because that is it. You know what you are coming for. I will also pay attention to Nigeria job market. Now, this is another part. You study and you go. Tell them that you intend to go. Because there's no way you will benefit all these things and you tell them you want to stay. Then the whole idea of studying becomes a scam. Tell them you are coming to gain value to return home. No country wants to keep you in their country. They don't like you. Nobody likes you. You are not special. So tell them you are coming to study, gain knowledge, and return home. It should not be in their own table to tell you, hey, we've trained you. Do you mind staying and working for us? That is how naturally it should be. Not you are telling them I'm coming to study and I'll learn and I'll stay. No. Why are you running away? This makes more sense. Now, this is it for the plan. Then after study, what is your project plan? Tell it as a story. You tell your story. Identify Nigeria's loopholes, where there are problems and all that. Identify them. Talk about it. This would better present you as a place, as a person who is proactive, someone who knows his country, someone who can recognize problems and play a role in solving it. Peter Obi, you are seeing today, probably wrote something like this back in the years. But today he's applying them. And that is what it means to be patriotic. You might think, oh, Japa, 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 Japa. Someone like myself, maybe at some point I would come back home. Japa, Japa, Japa is over. So when I read this and I reflect, I say, oh, yes, this makes sense. This is how it should be. So communicate like that, right? I am confident that how will your course benefit the problems of your country is something else. right? How will it benefit your country? You know, how? You highlight that. Then, upon completion of your study, I shall return home. You see this thing? You will make sure you put this thing. Don't ever forget this. Even when you are going for visa interview, very important. You are coming home. Don't ever miss. Just don't ever miss this. Then tell them your plan in the next 5 to 10 years. What is your plan in the next 5 to 10 years? You may not achieve it, but tell them what it looks like. Right? Tell them you be a part of their alumni, right? Because of course, wherever you study, you also build relationships there. So you try to grow that. Then the last part is your self-introduction. Tell them about you. Some people will choose to put this forward. Self-introduction, then knowledge of domain, whatever. I chose to put mine at the end. Because I didn't want to tell them about me. It's the ego thing. It will seem like you're showing off, right? Tell them, go straight to the point, then tell them about you in the end. Impress them with your enthusiasm for what you're coming for, such that at the end, let them now know who you are. That's how I thought mine. I don't know if it's the best, but feel free to try yours out. So, tell them about me, my application number, what I'm trying to do. Talked about my undergraduates, talk about my knowledge of engineering as an overview, tell them about myself, my qualities, determination, blah, blah, blah. I am, often practical, skills you've learned, motivations, weaknesses, opportunities you have explored. This is simple. This is simple SWOT analysis of yourself: strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. How do you thrive in compromising situations? What is your personality like? Are you an extrovert? What makes you an extrovert? Are you a leader? Can you play in teams? Are you flexible? Are you compassionate? These are different, things. Are you dedicated? Do you require supervision for you to function? Be honest. Some people try to create a fake powerful persona in their applications, and then probably when they now ask you for video interview, you flop. So create a persona of your personality that is true but also powerful. Look at your strengths and then make your weaknesses also turn into strengths. Communication skills. I went as further as proving that yes, I can speak, but there's a test that also proves that I can speak and write. And as you're presenting, you're bringing up evidence and facts to support your writing. Then overall, look at your grammar, look at your commas, your full stops and stuff. Even while looking at it, I'm still seeing an error. This shouldn't be here, right? So that's why, it's always good. Try as much as possible, do your best, autocorrect, correct, proofread, review, ask friends to help you read, trusted friends, of course. Try to see different perspective. What do you think about how I said this? What do you think about how I did that? What do you think? It's always about what do you think, because you don't know it all, right? At the end of the day, I shall be willing to provide more information about myself whenever I'm asked to do so. Thank you. You close it. This is a detailed study plan. Story finish. Story finish. So with this study plan, anybody telling you, show me your personal statement, you can get it from this. You can get study plan from this. What is your statement of interest? It's inside this place. What is your study plan like? Specific is inside here. Tell us about you here. If that makes sense. So this study plan helps you structure one pagers for personal statements, introductory statements here. If you get what I'm saying. So if you lay your hands on this, it's now on you to create yours, and from this, create different versions. Self-introduction, personal statement, statement of interest, statement of purpose. they are all in here. So this will help you this is now your bank of statements that should drive your application, if that makes sense. So at this point, I'll be willing to take questions. Feel free, because I'm trying as much as possible. I'm supposed to be at the gym by 7. Okay. Someone. Yeah, Arin's there. Please go on. Good evening, brother. Hmm. Okay. Yeah. No, you don't leave anything to an agent. In fact, agent should be needing things from you. That is why he's an agent. The agent should not write your personal statement for you. Tell him you want to write your own. If he says, "Oh, there's a way we write it," give me that way you write it. Let me structure mine, tell my story, and then you, the agent, will vet it. That is his job. Don't let any agent write your story for you. If that makes sense. Especially when you're looking for PhD. If it's PhD you're looking for, even agents will tell you you're on your own. Oh. We're just here to apply for you. Shikina. If that makes sense. So don't leave your fate or your story. Some people would try to do it, "Oh, let's just do it sharp sharp. Let this thing pass." No, if you take your time to do this, it will prepare you. Once you are entering the school, you know what to do. Because trust me, it's going to be confusing. I've met people, the first 6 months, they are still looking for, what should I do? They don't even know what to do. They don't even know where to go to, or even all they know is, okay, go to class. I don't understand this thing. Overwhelming. You will get anxiety. Coupled with jet lag and all those things, you get depressed. So this prepares you as you are landing. You know what you're doing. You know what you came for. It will better guide you, especially that detailed plan, study plan. Even if you don't put it in your application, write it for yourself. Know what you're going for. Very important. So don't let agents do that for you. They'll write a generic something for you that doesn't reflect your values or you yourself. If that makes sense. That's a very beautiful question. Any other question? Someone else? We have 9 minutes more. Okay, well, we're seeing it already. Let me dismiss this. Any more questions? Feel free to ask questions. Trust me, there's a whole lot of questions that could come out from this. Feel free. Feel free, man. Any more questions? Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Go ahead, Arinze. Okay. Yeah. Okay. 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 I understand what you mean. So usually some schools they offer general scholarships, maybe some generic scholarship, maybe 20% scholarship or 30-40%. That's general. That's different. If you're looking for a full scholarship, like full scholarship, oftentimes those scholarships are decided by a board that is constituted by professors in the school, maybe School of Engineering, School of Medicine, or whatever. There are professors in charge of that. But most of the time, what we see is this: because those professors want students that they can work with. They are the ones vetting. And the scholarship is not because the school likes you. Nobody likes you. The school wants money from you. So if they give you scholarship, it's a ticket for you to become, I don't want to use that word, but I believe we are all Igbos here. Igabia for the professors. Igabia savo boy kenabeba. So they will use you in order to achieve their research projects. So they will give it to people who can work, people who know the area, people who can solve problems. That's how they give scholarships. And that is what brings me to the next topic, which is this. It's going to be very brief. I'll share this later. This is the idea that I came up with. It's called a PPT CV. Apart from this, you can make a video from this. This is about me. The first page says you, work experience, personal idea. If you send someone this just as a picture in an email, they know about you, even without having to read everything. Now, it's a PowerPoint slide. This is page 1. Page 2, I talk about self-introduction. Talk about myself and what I know how to do, right? Self-introduction as bullet points. This will help to sell you. The next chapter, MSc research contents. So this was actually for a PhD application. MSc research content. So this is an overview of what I do. Prognostics and health management. With sensors, I collect data, I can diagnose systems and prognose them, tell you what is happening, where it's happening, and when. This is basically what I do. What I did in my MSc. Then my skills. That is CBM is what I mentioned. That's the first one. Machine learning. What I know how to do in machine learning. Overview. You talk about big data. What do you know how to do with data? Talk about numerical modeling, simulation. What does it even mean? Talk about it. See here, nonlinear/intelligent control. It started as a passion, and now I've already gained it as a skill. So you see why it's important for you to write your own stuff so that it can also be a strength for you over time. Technical writing. These are the key skills that most deciding bodies, professors want to see. Do you know how to solve problems? Do you have the skills required that is needed? Because some people can be very good at the skills. They don't know how to write and how to report and how to use tools that communicate research. Because without publishing, that research is as good as a hobby, right? Okay, now this is the last part. Motivation. What drives you? Talk about it. Boom. Guess what? Research plan. You see here. Did I take this out? I took it out. So this is, after this should come my research plan and then your contact details in the end. So this could drive me to making a video. I could record a video talking about myself. Hello, good day. My name is Abudu Gochukwejike. I am this, I'm that, blah, 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 blah. Talk about this, about me. I've learned these skills. I've published. Okay, I'm a good team player. You'll be impressed with me, blah, blah, blah. Talk about your MSc research. This is what I do, CBM. And then I know machine learning. I know this. I know this. I know this. And this is what drives me. I am really passionate about whatever. Boo, 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 blah, blah, blah. Contact me. I'll be looking forward to hearing from you. Save it as a video. When you contact a professor, you could send him that video. All he needs to do is play it in his phone. Okay, I think I like this guy. Without him needing to go through your CV. So what comes first is what do you want to get? What outcome are you looking for? If the outcome you're looking for is the attention of professors, it makes sense to have something like this, handy. Write a short email. I've attached this. put this as a PPT file or PDF, then insert the video recording, because honestly, videos produce some sort of credibility. Like it will give you that credibility of, okay, they will hear you talk. So all those, I know this, I've known that, you don't need to prove it anymore. They are hearing you talk about, they are hearing you speak. They are connecting with your voice. They are seeing you. There's the visual. So images connect people. Words disconnect people naturally. So if what you're looking for is a scholarship and you're really keen, have something like this such that you can gather attention. Those professors send. You get responses. Then, but it's important you also have this such that this is an official document. Because there are some professors who want to read, they want to see you write that thing. You have it. There's no way you have this, and you apply for something. Of course, from this comes a video. So 3. With your CV attached. 4. That's all you need. That is all you need. Of course, you need to, maybe they will require you to have English tests or, some other stuff. So, however, this call is about to end. If it ends, I don't know. Maybe we should continue this conversation in the group, because once it ends, I wouldn't want to continue this, like rejoin and all that. So feel free. Let's talk about this in the group. You can use voice notes. Oh, it's already ended. So, let me close this. Okay, Facebook people can still hear me. There's 3 viewers. Okay, maybe I should just so add. So let me just put this. So for the Facebook guys, we're just there. I'm just doing this because you guys are still online. It's ended, and I'm hoping to see you guys again. It's been good. It's been a good time hanging out with you guys. Unfortunately, this is not a boss moment. It's our teachable moment, and looking forward to next month. It's 2 days in a month. This is the second day for March. See you guys in April. Different topics, different development topics. Feel free. On my bio, you would see the link to join the WhatsApp group where we have our regular conversations around AI, tech, development and stuff. So for free. It's just for you to be there. Share your ideas. If you know certain skills you want to share, it's also an avenue to also help reach out to people who, share your ideas, and help other people. That's all it's about. It's all for free. So feel free, if you're looking for a space like that, join us. If you're also looking for a space like that for you to share your own thoughts, share your own skills, knowledge, it's also a safe space. And once again, it was really nice hanging out with you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a very lovely evening, lovely day.